Maximilien Robespierre was born on May 6, 1758, in Arras, France, into a modest family. Orphaned at a young age, he displayed exceptional intelligence and determination, winning a scholarship to study law in Paris. A brilliant student, Robespierre absorbed the ideas of the Enlightenment, particularly the works of Rousseau, whose vision of a virtuous republic deeply influenced his beliefs. Returning to Arras, Robespierre established himself as a lawyer known for defending the underprivileged. His eloquence and commitment to justice earned him respect, but his ideals would find their true stage during the French Revolution, a period that would thrust him from obscurity to the heart of one of history's most transformative and turbulent events.
In 1789, Robespierre was elected to the Estates General, representing the Third Estate, which encompassed the common people. He quickly emerged as a voice for democratic reforms, advocating for universal suffrage, the abolition of the death penalty, and equality before the law. His steadfast principles and unyielding belief in the sovereignty of the people earned him the nickname the Incorruptible. As the revolution intensified, Robespierre became a leading figure in the Jacobin Club, a radical political faction that championed the rights of the poor and sought to dismantle the old regime. His speeches electrified audiences, and his vision of a virtuous republic, where justice and morality guided governance, inspired both admiration and fear.
By 1793, the French Revolution had entered its most chaotic phase. The monarchy had been abolished, King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette had been executed, and the fledgling French Republic faced internal dissent and foreign invasion. In response, the National Convention established the Committee of Public Safety, granting it near-dictatorial powers to protect the revolution. Robespierre became one of its most influential members. Under his leadership, the committee launched the Reign of Terror, a period marked by the execution of thousands of enemies of the revolution. Nobles, clergy, and even former revolutionaries were sent to the guillotine, their deaths justified as necessary sacrifices to secure the Republic. Robespierre believed that terror was a tool of virtue, famously declaring, "Terror is nothing other than swift, severe, inflexible justice." Yet as the death toll rose, his vision of a virtuous republic began to crumble under the weight of fear and bloodshed. In June 1794, Robespierre attempted to reshape France's spiritual landscape by promoting the cult of the Supreme Being, a deist religion that emphasized morality and the worship of a higher power. The Festival of the Supreme Being, a grand celebration in Paris, showcased his vision of a virtuous society. However, many viewed his actions as evidence of delusion and megalomania. To his critics, Robespierre appeared to be positioning himself as a divine figure, further alienating his allies and fueling opposition.
By mid-1794, Robespierre's dominance had begun to wane. His enemies in the National Convention, fearful for their own lives, conspired against him. On July 27, 1794, known as the 9th of Thermidor in the revolutionary calendar, Robespierre was arrested after a heated session in the convention. His attempt to rally supporters failed and he was declared an outlaw. The next day, Robespierre and his closest allies were executed by guillotine. As the blade fell, the man who had sent so many to their deaths met the same fate. His execution marked the end of the Reign of Terror and a turning point in the revolution as the nation turned away from radicalism and sought stability.
Maximilien Robespierre remains one of the most polarizing figures in history. To some, he was a champion of the oppressed, a visionary who sought to create a society based on equality, justice, and virtue. To others, he was a tyrant whose dogmatic pursuit of his ideals led to the deaths of thousands and plunged France into chaos. His influence on the French Revolution is undeniable. Robespierre's advocacy for universal human rights and his efforts to dismantle entrenched hierarchies laid the groundwork for modern democratic ideals. Yet his belief that the ends justified the means has made him a cautionary figure, a reminder of the dangers of absolute power and ideological extremism.
Maximilien Robespierre's life was a paradox. A man of principle who became synonymous with terror, a defender of liberty who silenced dissent with the guillotine. His story reflects the complexities of revolution, where the pursuit of justice can give way to tyranny. More than 2 centuries after his death, Robespierre's legacy continues to inspire debate, offering lessons about the delicate balance between ideals and the realities of power.